Tonight on the Champ Sports Network, it's our Panera Bread Bowl High School Football Game of the Week as the Buccaneers of Chartiers-Houston play host to the Monessen Greyhounds. Joined alongside Charlie Batcham, Matt Farago. Charlie, week 8 of the WPIAL as we get ever so close to the WPIAL postseason.
It is, and it's going to be exciting. You can see both teams are really trying to separate themselves and try to gain that momentum as they head into the playoffs.
It's the Greyhounds and the Buccaneers coming up next right here on the Champ Sports Network.
Hey Pittsburgh, we're coming together for a cause, to fight against breast cancer. Show your support and come together for the cause with Panera Bread.
Go to any Pittsburgh Panera Bread cafes all through October and buy a pink ribbon bagel and support the cause.
Proceeds from every pink ribbon bagel sold will be donated to the Young Women's Breast Cancer Awareness Foundation and these fine charities.
Grab a pink ribbon bagel and buy a few dozen for your office, meetings, or family.
So come on Pittsburgh, get your game on.
Show your support and come together for the cause with Panera Bread.
Charlie Batch joining us for the broadcast. First of all, thanks for joining us. This should be a good one. On a crisp fall evening in Western Pennsylvania, Champ Sports Network welcomes you to our coverage of our Week 8 Panera Bread Bowl, as tonight it's the Buccaneers of Chartiers-Houston playing host to the Monessen Greyhounds. Full moon over our Panera Bread Bowl. I guess that's signifying that we picked the right one here tonight from Chartiers-Houston. It's the Buccaneers and the Greyhounds going at it in a section showdown. Joined alongside Charlie Batcham, Matt Farago. And Charlie, for Monessen, this is an opportunity to stay right in line with everybody else vying for at least a share of the section title. And for Chartiers-Houston, they need to get a victory here to keep those postseason hopes alive.
Absolutely, and this is a game really for Monessen. Coming off a big win a few weeks ago against Clarendon, here they are playing a Chartiers-Houston team, which they can't overlook. In order for them to get to where they want to get to, they need to handle business. But on the flip side, Chartiers-Houston, they need to come out here, set the tone, and let everyone know that they belong in that single way.
Chartiers-Houston will kick this one off to the Greyhounds to begin things. And we are underway from Chartiers-Houston. Fielded from the 10, 15-20, and stood up. That's Brown on the return for the Greyhounds. Up across the 20 to the 23-yard line. That's where this offense will take over. And for the Greyhounds, Charlie, it's been very impressive. Two guys that are averaging 10 or more. Javon Brown, who made the kick return, averaging 9.9 yards a carry, and Clettel Gillespie averaging 12.2 yards. So you have two running backs for the Greyhounds that are averaging almost a first down every time they touch the football.
Absolutely, and that's a great problem for you to have if you're Monessen, but the offensive coordinator needs to figure out a way to get these guys the ball because they are playmakers.
Noah Rollo, the quarterback for the Greyhounds, in the shotgun. Man goes in motion and they hand it off to the right side. That's Javon Brown, and Brown getting to the corner and finally pushed out of bounds on the play. Wyatt Kincaid makes this tackle, but not before Brown able to pick up 3 yards. It'll be second down and 7 coming up for the Greyhounds.
And that's going to be key for Chartiers-Houston because they have to keep Monessen running east-west. They can't allow them to get vertical, and they did a nice job on that first down play, prepared for that sweep heading over to the right-hand side.
Second down and 7 coming up for the Greyhounds from the 26-yard line, just getting things started on the opening drive of our Week 8 Panera Bread Bowl. Greyhounds and Buccaneers going at it. Shotgun formation. Sidecar to the left and then back to pass. Going back is Noah Rulo. He'll set up a pass that is completed here to the near side. 30, 35, stiff arms a man, and now finally pushed out of bounds on the reception. Clintel Gillespie, his first catch, and that's setting up almost an extension of the running game. Those screen passes that inevitably gives Monessen a first down and gets them close to the midfield stripe.
Absolutely. You can see literally on that first play, they penetration from the defensive line. Monessen did a nice job of countering that with the screen pass and used that to their advantage, and they picked up some big yards on the play.
First down and 10 from the 44-yard line. Greyhounds moving the football on those first two plays. Rulo from the gun once again. Trips tight here to the near side. Ball sits on the near side hash. Low snap. Rulo on the option play. Hands it off to Gillespie, and he is smacked down quickly on the play. Stiganga on the tackle for Chartiers-Houston. No gain on the play. It'll be second down and 10. And a nice job of staying at home for Chartiers-Houston on that play.
Absolutely. And you see, they're coming out here and they're trying to figure out a way, okay, we need to make a big stop because field position right now is key. And if they can make the stop, at least they would get decent field position if they were able to stop Monessen on his drive.
Second and 10 from the 44-yard line. They'll go shotgun and put sidecars to the right and left of Rulo. They'll hand it off right side. It's Javon Brown getting the call, and he's tracked down in the backfield. On the stop for Chartiers-Houston, Garrett Grimm making the tackle for the Buccaneers. And for a loss on the play all the way back to the Monessen 40-yard line, it will be set up a third down and 14.
And this is for Monessen. You have to see a couple low snaps earlier. It didn't cost them on the first play of the game, but it cost them on that particular play because it messed the timing of the rest of the play up.
Third down and 14 from the 46-yard line. And Rulo will go under center this time and roll out to his right side. Will throw, and that pass well off the mark. In fact, the closest to the football was wearing maroon and gold. Incomplete. And it will be fourth down, and the Greyhounds forced to punt after two really good plays to begin the drive, and it sputters after they get over the 40-yard line.
And it came down to that second down stop. They weren't able to get ahead of the change on that particular play. Third down, they lost yardage, and here you are in a punt situation. Nice job by the defense of Chartiers-Houston.
Fourth down and 14, punt unit on, and we'll boot this one away. Great punt. Fielded from the 25 and then lost the football up over to the 30. And I believe Miles Williamson dove on his own muff punt there, and Chartiers-Houston able to dodge what would be a huge bullet to dodge here in the opening quarter. Will take over first down at 10 from their own 30-yard line.
And that's not what you want when you're sitting back there, when you're fielding a punt return. Catch the ball first before you attempt to run up the field. He tried to do both at the same time, which you can't do, but he was able to recover his own fumble.
First look at the Chartiers-Houston offense as they line up from the shotgun. It's Caleb Susko handing off to the left side. And getting the carry is Spencer Turling, the 5'10", 160-pound freshman, and that's kind of been the story for Chartiers-Houston in the big games. They've had the young men who have played in this one, and that's kind of been the reason that some of the games haven't gone the way they wanted it to.
Right, but at the same time, they are 5-2. They have a chance to now right this ship, so to speak, and if they can get in there and get this victory, this would be a huge win for the program.
Throwing here, Williamson coming back to the football, making the catch. That is going to be able to pick up 7 yards, and a Buccaneer first down, moving the sticks, and a great job by Williamson coming back to the football.
It was. It looked like the ball got tipped coming out of his hand, did a nice job of coming back to the football, converting on that third down, and that was a nice job to pick up the first.
Williamson has 30 receptions. That's 31 of the season. 395 yards receiving. Also has another 150 yards rushing on 23 carries. Also 7 touchdowns. And on the first down play from the 45, no doubt Javon Brown jumped the snap count and was on the Buccaneers side of the line of scrimmage. It's going to be an offsides on the defense. Move them up 5 yards to the 50-yard line.
And as an offensive coordinator, you love 1st and 5s because now you can you may be able to now take a shot down the field without falling behind the sticks. So let's see what they do on this next play.
It'll be first down at 10 from midfield, or first down at 5 rather. 8:20 on a moving first quarter clock. Susko from the shotgun, a sidecar to the left, 4 wide, a man in motion right to left. That's A.J. Myers, and they'll hand it off right up the middle, and busting through is A.J. Myers, sending the receiver in motion, and he goes right through the heart of the Greyhound defense as he is able to pick up 17 yards and a Buccaneer first down all the way down to the 34.
You can see right there, 1st and 5 situation, busting it up the middle for big yardage on that play, and that's exactly what you need coming off of that penalty.
Not maybe what we were expecting from a big play, but a big play nonetheless.
Hey, it was over 25 yards. I think that's it. That was a good run.
First down at 10 from the 34-yard line. Susko barking out the signals. They'll send Myers in motion again, and he'll get the carry off the right side, trying to get the quarter. It's a short side of the field, but Myers able to work the near sideline and pick up room where it didn't look like there was much room to really find, but he was able to find 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7 coming up on the run by Myers.
It didn't look good initially coming across it because there was penetration by Monessen on that play, but he did a nice job of getting what he could, which was about 3 yards on that play and not losing any yardage.
That's tough to run those wide plays to the short side of the field when the football's on the near side hash.
Yeah, that's tough. You're just hoping to maybe catch him off guard, but hey, you don't know. He may have had his plays lined up for the first 5 or 10 plays that he was going to call, and he was sticking with that play.
Ball came loose. Susko lost it. Monessen looked initially to have the football, and Chartiers-Houston is pulling at it. Are they going to give it to... Wow, they're going to give it back to Monessen. That's a great job of working underneath the scrum because it looked like Monessen had that football.
And that's just hustling to the football right there because you see everybody initially fall on that pile, but you never know how that ball bounces, and then eventually it ended up coming out of the pile. Chartiers-Houston was able to pick that football up, and that was a big play for them.
I can't imagine those fumble scrums are any fun.
No, there's a lot of things that happen underneath that pile. You got to make sure you're strong enough to come out of it.
3rd and 9 for the 35, and we get a flag. And a legal procedure false start penalty on Chartiers-Houston will make this now a 3rd and 14. 7:03 to play in the opening quarter.
Now you go from maybe a screener draw play to now having to throw the football down the field on this particular play. So this may fall into Monessen's hands.
Both teams faced with a 3rd down and 14 on their opening drive. See how Chartiers-Houston responds with Susko back to pass and a lofted up going along. Davidson, jump ball, and it's tipped away. Great play by the defensive back for Monessen. That was Irvin Green, a 6-foot defensive back going up against the 6'4" Davidson, and 6 foot beating 6'4" in that situation.
You can see you literally threw the ball up hoping to convert on that play, but Green did a nice job of timing out that play as it was coming down, trying to get the ball at his highest point, which he was able to break up the pass and stopping Chartiers-Houston on that play.
Susko this season has thrown for 658 yards and 7 touchdowns, so that just goes to show you how rare it is for Chartiers-Houston to put the ball in the air, but they will here on 4th down. They'll go for it. Rolling out. Susko throwing. Wide open receiver. It's caught. 1st down and more. Inside the 20 down to the 15-yard line. On the reception was Thomas Wormley. The 5'11" junior was as wide open as the last car in an empty parking lot.
You can see he did a nice job of getting out of the pressure there, stepping up to his left, keeping his eyes down the field, not running with the football, and you can see he delivered the football down the middle of the field, perfectly able to convert that 1st down.
I mean, Susko's eyes had to be wide open when he saw him that wide open.
You're looking to say there's no way he's wide open.
Handoff left side. And that's Spencer Turling getting his 2nd carry. Turling a freshman, and it's interesting to see these freshmen be inserted into the offense. And for a lot of single-A teams, they tend to be inserted maybe even before they're ready. But Turling has done well in his 2 carries.
He has, and you can see, like you talked about, freshman's not normally playing, but he is. Coach believes in what he's doing because he's in on the opening possession, delivering big plays, and he's been able to deliver 2 plays on this drive.
Chartiers-Houston driving. 2nd down and 5 from the 17. And we get a flag before this play gets underway with 5:45 left to play in the opening quarter. No score. And an encroachment penalty against the Greyhounds. And we've seen our fair share of the yellow hankies here early in this one.
I mean, that's the second one on Monessen defense. I mean, it's just offsides, and they have to be more disciplined to not jump the snap count, because if you're going to give them 10 yards like they have in this possession, and that's not good if you go throughout the game.
2nd down. Now it will give them a 1st down and goal because of the penalty. 1st and goal at the 7. They'll go shotgun formation, 2 wide here to the near side. Susko gets the snap, hands it off. Turling down to the 1, and he is down to the 1 is Turling, the freshman, as Chartiers-Houston, the teammates thought he was in, but the Zebra Stripes disagreed.
Yeah, it looked like he was in from our view as well, but the referee has a better angle.
Look where they put that ball.
Yeah, this is something, and this is where shotgun, for me, it bothers me, because now you're setting yourself 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage versus taking a snap, and you can easily sneak it in, but you risk.
Well, Susko will hand it off right side and into the end zone for the Chartiers-Houston touchdown. Spencer Turling, the freshman, punching in our game's first score from 1 yard away.
Nice opening possession here for Chartiers-Houston. They methodically moved the football down the field, converting on a big 3rd down and 17 on that play, and they're able to punch it in for the game's opening touchdown. Nice job by Chartiers-Houston.
9-play, 70-yard drive. Extra point is up, and that kick is good. It's Wyatt Kincaid who puts that ball through the bowl. So 4:44 to play here in the opening quarter, and it's Chartiers-Houston 7, Monessen nothing. And for the Buccaneers, this was huge. A momentum boost to go out there and get the game's first score in, punch it in, and definitely at least start and feel like you're going to play right with these guys.
Absolutely. And when you look at it, energizes the crowd, the band is playing, and everybody's pumped up, because as a player, coaches always are stressing, hey, you need to get out there, get out to a fast start. Chartiers-Houston was able to do that by stopping on a big 3rd down conversion by Monessen, forcing a punt, and they were able to turn that into a touchdown. And what better way for them to come out here and set this tone?
2nd down at 10, man, I'm reading the scoreboard.
Didn't they just score?
It was a long day.
Long day. Huh? 2nd down already before kickoff?
It does say 2nd down.
Okay, I mean,
by defense.
Wow.
Give him 2nd down already. Oh, brother. High snap, or high kick, rather. And fielded from the 25 across the 30 and up across the 30 up to the 36-yard line. And I'll figure out what's going on here momentarily. Ivan Creed on the return from Monessen. And the Greyhounds will take over 1st down and 10 from that 35-yard line is where they'll mark it. And they'll have 1st and 10.
And they'll have 1st and 10, but you can see Coach just saying, I am not allowing special teams play to change the way that this game is played, because he's now pushing the ball short, taking the ball at the 35-yard line versus allowing Monessen on a kickoff return to potentially run it back to the house with your 2 big playmakers back there. He's not taking a chance, and I like what he's doing now.
1st down and 10 for the Greyhounds at the 35-yard line. Now we'll play from scrimmage. And they'll hand it off to the right side. It's Javon Brown. And Brown cutting it back against the grain. Has just short of the 1st down. Davidson makes the tackle. Or Williamson, rather, makes the tackle. 9-yard pickup, 2nd down and 1 coming up.
And that play didn't initially look good from the beginning because Chartiers-Houston hadn't had him stopped at the line of scrimmage. He was able to wiggle himself out of that and able to pick up 8 yards on that play. Nice job.
Be 2nd and 1 from the 44-yard line. We'll go from the shotgun, Rouleau. We'll hand it off once again, Brown. And Brown easily getting the first down, needed 1, got 5 to the 49-yard line. Derek Hall coming up to make the tackle for Chartiers-Houston, and Monessen kind of reminiscent to what they did that first drive. Couple good plays, get moving the sticks, and then they sputtered out.
And you can see Gillespie, short yardage back. He was going to fall forward, and literally 3rd and 2, or 2 yards on that play. He was able to pick up 5 for that first down. And you can see anytime that they get into a bind, they're going to give him the football.
Well, they'll give it off to Brown again. And he'll stutter step, cut again. Brown into the open field, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Javon Brown, the senior. Takes it the distance of 47 yards for the Monessen Greyhound touchdown.
And you can see phenomenal job of making defenders miss. He made 2 players miss and got into the open field, and it was nothing but daylight for him, and he was able to sprint to the end zone, and that was just a phenomenal play, really individual play as he got across the line of scrimmage to make the 2 players miss.
2 players missed, 3 cutbacks later, he's into the end zone for the Greyhound touchdown. Extra point is blocked. And that means Chartiers-Houston will remain in the lead. 7-6 over Monessen here with 3:23 to play in the first quarter. And Charlie, I'm half tempted to say this might be the best start we've had all season.
It has been, and I'm wondering right now with that missed extra point, will that come back to bite Monessen at some point in this game? Because depending on how this game plays, they're going to have to go for 2 at some point down the line if it comes back to Arnold.
And it seems like we've almost been talking about that at least once or twice a game, about a missed extra point. Does it come back to punt them? Does it not? We'll have to wait and see how that plays out. 3:23 to play in the opening quarter. It's 7-6. Chartiers-Houston to get the football back, and both offenses being able to show what they can do, and the defense is looking a little bit suspect, at least early here.
They are. I mean, each team has allowed a big play. Chartiers-Houston, big 3rd down conversion on their drive, and you can see right here Monessen able to answer that by delivering on a big play on their next drive. So, I mean, I love the ebb and flow of this football game, and I'm excited to see what Chartiers-Houston is going to do next when they're possession.
Oh, boot this one away. Short kick and a fair catch. We'll call fair catch, why not? At the 24-yard line. Hey, he didn't want to run with the football, and
no, it's a smart play because you have none of your defenders there blocking for you. We have 4 Monessen guys looking at you. It beats the alternative of getting pounded by those 4 guys. So nice job of making a fair catch and just putting your team in position to take over.
And good football IQ there. A lot of high school kids, I don't know, realize they could call fair catch on a kick.
Right, exactly.
First down and 10 from the 24-yard line is where Chartiers-Houston will begin their 2nd offensive drive. Caleb Susko from the shotgun. And off left side, and it's Spencer Turtling, the freshman. 3 yards on the first down carry. 2nd down and 7 coming up, and a little old-fashioned running. I mean, we've seen 1 or 2 big pass plays, but it's been a lot of running between the tackles in the first quarter.
And whenever you're able to gain the yardage that both teams have been able to do so far, why put the football in the air? And literally, you have to give your credit right now to both offensive line for controlling that line of scrimmage.
2nd down and 6 from the 26. Beg your pardon, 27. Susko back to pass. Pressure's coming. Got the screenplay set up, but they had that covered as well as Williamson made the catch. But quickly, that's Justice Rollins, a member of the Best of the Batch WPL preseason team. Rollins his brother was also part of the best of the batch last year.
Right, runs in the family. Both of those players did nice. We're glad to have both of those players on the team. Chavis obviously is down in West Virginia, and you have Justice here now.
Actually, Chavis transferred recently to Duquesne.
No, he just transferred. Okay.
Yep. Back to pass, going to let it fly down the far sideline. Hey, got Williamson, and he just missed the football. I believe it might have went off his hand. They did have him, and it would have been another big play through the air, but Brown had coverage, and it's 4th down. Buccaneers forced to punt.
And that was a nice job putting the ball out there, letting his receiver run underneath it, hit his hands, and he has to come down with that football. There's no excuse, and he's going to kick himself right now as he's walking back to the huddle.
Buccaneers special teams unit out on the field with 1:51 in the first. Punts away, and another nice punt. And Brown going to have to, and he muffed the punt. He'll pick it up, and here comes Brown. Missed one. Will stutter step again. Here's Brown. There's flags come flying out, and this one's going to come back, but Brown still out to the 40, and finally upended. But this return going to inevitably come back. I think we're going to get a block in the back that's going to bring this one back, and the Greyhounds going to start from within their own 30-yard line. Love the cuts by Brown, though. It's like watching video game.
And that was a beautiful punt.
It was.
And wow. If he didn't get his hands on it, that ball, if it hit the turf, it probably would have rolled another 25 yards.
No doubt. No doubt. So while the officials sort this out, block in the back is the call. That will set Monessen up to begin their drive. Will they mark this?
Should be around the 25-yard line.
Monessen was trying to help their own cause there, and that's where they will mark it at the 25. Be first down and 10 from that 25-yard line with 1:32. 7-6 our score. Chartiers-Houston leads Monessen. Listening live here on Champs, and of course watching tape delay on the network. Orlo will go under center from the I formation. Brown, or no, that's Gillespie getting the carry this time. And Gillespie to the 29-yard line. On the stop, Tug Teno, senior, making the tackle. And of course, senior night here at Chartiers-Houston, and got a chance to wish all the seniors at Chartiers-Houston best of luck before the game.
I did, and it was exciting to go down, having a chance to talk to those guys. This is their last home game from the regular season. I don't know if we'll get a playoff game, but it was good to see them. They were excited, and they're pumped up for this game.
2nd and 6 from the 29. Man goes in motion, and they'll sweep it to the right side. Gillespie able to avoid that first wave of tacklers, but the second right at the line of scrimmage, able to chop him up. Derek Hall on the tackle to the 32-yard line, and 3rd down upcoming. 3rd and short for the Greyhounds, and for really either of these teams, it's been a rare occurrence to see a 3rd down and manageable. It's more been the 3rd and long, 3rd and behind the sticks variety.
It has been, and each one at some point able to convert. So let's see what they do here out of the shotgun.
Orlo from the gun, back to pass, has time, slinging it here, and that pass is completed in the weak spot of the zone, as that was recepted on the play. Diamond Jordan making the catch, and that will move the sticks for the Greyhounds up to the 45-yard line, and the Greyhounds will have a fresh set of downs to work with when we play this second quarter. That will do it. One quarter in the books, our Panera Bread Bowl high school football game of the week here from Chartiers-Houston. The Bucks on top of the Hounds, 7-6. Back on Champs after this.
What Panera has been about since the day we began it was creating the kind of food that we wanted to serve to our own families. We wanted a place with soul. We wanted a place that was real. We start with artisan bread, handcrafted by professional bakers using fresh dough. It just tastes better. Fresh food, served on real plates with real silverware in an environment that allows you to sit and relax. Making today better is a belief that you should leave feeling better than when you came in.
Hi, I'm Charlie Batch. Here at the Best of the Batch Foundation, we know the importance of the internet.
I use it to do my homework.
We use the internet for everything.
That's why Comcast offers Internet Essentials. It brings affordable internet into homes that qualify, because your child can really succeed when you have internet in your home. So call 1-855-8-INTERNET or visit internetessentials.com.
Welcome back to Chartiers-Houston here on the Champs Sports Network, our Panera Bread Bowl game of the week. First play of the second quarter, a first down at 10. Gillespie lost the football, and Chartiers-Houston says they have it, and the officials agree. Wyatt Kincaid comes up with the football as Kincaid, a 5'9" junior, pouncing on the pigskin, and Chartiers-Houston will begin the second quarter with the football on the Monessen Greyhounds side of the 50-yard line, Charlie.
And they have, and Monessen lined up on that possession, literally just saying, we're going to pound the football, try to run it down Chartiers-Houston throat. They were able to respond back by causing the fumble and giving them great field position on this possession.
First down at 10 from the 46-yard line, 47-yard line, and they'll set up the bubble screen. This is a behind the back. It bounced to Williamson. He'll throw it long, has a receiver down there, and it is incomplete. And that was a legal play because the ball was thrown behind, and almost that, my football terminology is escaping me on what they call that pass, but it goes off the turf and it's an eligible pass. Do you have the word for
the
me?
Lateral?
No.
They lateraled the football. They tried to lull Monessen to sleep by throwing the ball in the dirt, thinking that it might be an incomplete pass. Right. They were able to step back because it was a lateral. They were trying to throw the football down the field, but pressure caused that throw to be underthrown because you would like that ball to be put out another 5 yards, but pressure didn't allow that to happen. Monessen was back and wasn't fooled on the gadget play.
Doug DiNardo, the intended receiver on that one. Man in motion, and they give it off to him. Lost the football. Still loose on the play. And I think they're going to mark him down on the midfield stripe. They're not going to, they're going to give Chartiers-Houston the football. It will be third down and long from midfield. And right now, Chartiers-Houston, they've tried basically two trick plays. The lateral, and then they tried the wide receiver reverse that ends up in a fumble. Luckily, they recover it. Now it's third down and 13.
And that's what happens. You try a gadget on the first play, you don't convert, you lose 5 yards. On the second play, it throws you behind the chains. And right now, it forces Chartiers-Houston really in the passing situation. They've been able to convert thus far. Let's see what happens.
Back to pass, Susko looking. That pass overthrown and nearly intercepted. Really, two defensive backs had a great shot at the football. Neither could come up with it. That was Austin Warcall that had the coverage there for the Greyhounds. Couldn't come up with it. Incomplete fourth down, and Chartiers-Houston goes 3 and out after recovering the football.
3 and out going out of that off the turnover. It looked like both receivers were in the same place, and he had a cornerback and the safety sitting there waiting to pick that football off. They just have to do a better job of communicating, because on that third down play, which was key, you have to be able to at least try to convert that.
Fourth down at 13, punt muted out for the Buccaneers, and they could have an opportunity to pin Monessen deep. This is another terrific punt, fielded from the 10-yard line. Good coverage, but 15-20, 25-30, 35-40, far side. Midfield got it down the far sideline. Nobody's going to catch him. He's going all the way for the Monessen Greyhound touchdown. There are flags down on the field, so we'll check them. But on the return for the Greyhounds, Irvin Green going streaking down the far sideline for a 90-yard punt return, but I think this one may possibly be taken off the board.
And you can tell by the way Monessen is looking down that they think that it's going to be on them, and they're actually walking back.
90 yards.
90 yards. Green did a phenomenal job of making the first player miss and setting up his blocks, getting down that left sideline.
That counts. That counts. It was a legal procedure penalty against Chartiers-Houston.
Oh, wow.
It's declined. The 90-yard touchdown stands, and I'm glad I didn't stop calling that one.
Yeah, you're right. And you can just see the way Monessen was standing on their sideline, they thought it was against them.
Irvin Green, the junior. 90 yards later, Monessen takes their first lead of the evening. And they're going to go for 2 here to make this 14-point ball or 7-point ball game. So we'll line up in the shotgun. Rouleau with the sidecar to his right, 4 wide, man in motion. They'll give it to him. He'll throw. It's just a wide open man for the 2-point conversion. So a trick play for the 2-point conversion as Javon Brown throws to Kanye Jackson. Brown to Jackson for the 2-point conversion. Probably the niftiest trick play I've ever seen for a 2-point conversion.
It was, and you give him a 2-way option on that play. If he can get to the corner, he's basically reading the corner in that situation. If the corner comes up, he throws the football, and that's exactly what happened on that play. They were able to convert the 2-point conversions there. But you think about what happened on that series. Chartiers-Houston tries the trick play on first down. It's underthrown. They go out and they have to punt the football, and lo and behold, Monessen's able to answer that with a 90-yard touchdown. Such a nice change of events, and way for Monessen to step up that challenge and not allow their turnover to force a touchdown on the other end, and they were able to answer it.
10:31 to play, second quarter in our Panera Bread Bowl, 14-7 our score. Punt this football or kick this football away, and then muff that one. A lot of muff kicks here we've seen. And picked up. Chartiers-Houston able to get the football, and they'll get it at the 25-yard line. Is it where Chartiers-Houston will take over first down at 10 from their own 25.
And both coaches are saying, hey, I'm not going to allow your playmakers to run the football back, in any special teams play. Monessen has the upper advantage right now of returning the punt return, but in both cases, they're not allowing any kickoff returns to be returned.
First down at 10 for the Bucs. Susko, the handoff left side. Turley cutting back door, and Turley spouting free. Still moving and has the first down. Maybe another. He gets 12 yards on the carry. Does the freshman. I don't believe it. That play dead to rights in the backfield. Picks up 12.
Picks up 12. Was able to keep his eyes up, not down. And you could see overflow by Monessen. He was able to cut back and make nothing really into something, converting into 12.
We're talking about the trick play coming from a team in the National Football League that likes to run a trick play or two. Did you like that, or do you like all the trick plays, or not so much?
No, you do like it, depending on the situations. And normally, you call those plays after a turnover.
Handoff right up the middle. Eric Hall getting his first carry for the Buccaneers. And Hall able to pick up 5 yards. Second down and 5 upcoming. And the offensive line of the Buccaneers doing a fantastic job throughout this first half.
They have, and you can see they're dominating to a certain degree right now, doing everything that they need. Other than the penalties that forced them back, they've offensively, Chartiers-Houston have been doing a nice job.
Second and 4 from the 45-yard line. Twins out to the far side right. 4 wide. Hand it off once again. Hall gets the call. And he's again close to the first down marker. Give him 5 more. And that should give Buccaneers a first down. Or well, they're going to take a look at this. They're going to say short. So it'll be second down.
Gave him a first.
Okay. That 20/20 vision by the official there.
From about 40 yards out.
Right. Yeah, it looked short.
I think he was just tired. He wanted to know let's just keep the clock going and go.
First down and 10 from the 47. Susko, handoff right side. That's Turling. And he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1 of the play. Regional Woodley on the tackle for the Greyhounds. I don't think any relation to Lamar.
But I like that name, Regional Woodley.
Regional Woodley.
Yes.
All name team. 8 minutes to play here, second quarter, 14-7. Susko from the gun. Hands off left side, Turling cutting back. He'll pick up 3 yards. Brought down by Deshaun Holmes. I like it. There's some good names. You mentioned at the top of the broadcast, we haven't talked much about it, but the Greyhounds knocking off the Bears, Clarendon Bears, maybe the best storyline so far of this high school football season, and ending that 66-game winning streak.
They did, and you can see they were pumped up about for that game. I talked to Justice before and after the game, and they were excited there, and they were trying to figure out a way and making sure that they continue that momentum throughout the regular season and not allowing that just to be their shining moment for the season, because they know at some point down the line they may have to see him again.
Yeah.
And that may occur obviously before they get to Heinz Field, but at some point they feel like they may have to knock off Clarendon again.
And Clarendon is not gonna forget what happened. They've continued to roll on. As you know, the week after they play Fort Cherry, who Monessen had lost to,
right,
and they defeated the Rangers. So this has kind of been all tossed up. This section in Class Single A is just a crapshoot, really. I mean, you're talking about the 4 seed right now is Chartiers-Houston. They have 2 losses.
Right.
That's the 4 seed. So the other 3 seeds just have 1 loss. Monessen doesn't want to become the second team in this section to have 2. Right now, Chartiers-Houston in good position, but they have to play Fort Cherry next week. They'd much rather guarantee themselves a playoff victory if they win here tonight.
You're right, and if they turn around and they win tonight, believe me, they're all their momentum. They'll have that advantage heading into that Fort Cherry game, knowing that they can't take Fort Cherry lightly. Right? They lost to Clarendon, but again they beat Monessen. So it's a crapshoot really in this division, and I think this is something that really makes it exciting, because now everybody feel like, hey, do we have a chance as we're trying to figure out, hey, how we're going to jockey for position in the playoffs.
Third down and 9 from the 46. Susko rolling out to his right side. He'll throw on the run, and that's well short of Miles Williamson, the intended receiver on the far sideline, and that's just a case of not having enough on the football.
Yeah, not having enough. His feet, got staggered behind him. He threw off the wrong foot, had a receiver open, and that's just something that really, if he would love to have that throwback.
Be fourth down. Be fourth down and 9 from the 46-yard line. The punt unit out. 7:14 to play first half. 14-7. Monessen on top. A short punt up in the air. Really some extra pushing and shoving. And there's no flag. There was some extracurricular away from the punt, and I don't know what happened there. That there was no flag.
No flag, because I think everybody was following the ball.
Yeah.
And the ball came up short, and people noticed, hey, well, what's going on here? And luckily, Chartiers-Houston was able to find where the football was, because there was nobody on the left side of that field if he was able to now run the football on that side. But he wasn't. Flag wasn't thrown, and here we are sitting here with Monessen with the football at minus 49.
7:04 to play in the first half. 14-7 our score. Greyhounds lead it, look to add to their lead. Rolo from shotgun and hands it off to the left side. It's Gillespie on the carry. And he'll pick up and to the 46-yard line. A flag comes flying in. We'll check that. Williamson gets credit for the tackle. Now we see the flag. Face mask against Chartiers-Houston. Now, there's still a 5 and a 15 in high school, so I didn't see a personal foul call. Yeah, so it's just going to be the 5-yard variety.
Yeah, the referee, he threw the flag immediately, so he had a better view of it, of how it had to be as the running back was going down to the ground. He let it go, and like you said, it was a 5-yard penalty, which is something I have to get used to coming down to this level because everything is 15 in the NFL.
And in college now. Get tripped up was Brown. Gray gets the trip up. Brown picking up 4 yards on the first down run. 2nd down and 7 coming up. So they gave him 3, not 4. As we wind down to under 7 minutes to play in the second quarter, 14-7. Monessen leading Chartiers-Houston in our Week 8 Panera Bread Bowl. Does it feel like Week 8?
No, it doesn't. It definitely is.
In ways it might, in ways it might not.
Flown by, but I love the way that the weather has cooperated.
Yes.
For us.
Another terrific fall in Western Pennsylvania. Gillespie bouncing off a tackler and picking up 6 yards, a yard short of the first down. Will be 3rd down and 1 coming up right now for Monessen, and got the full moon right over the stadium.
Is that a full or new moon?
Is it new? Yeah. Okay. I have no idea. Are you the science major? I don't know.
I'm not.
Is it new?
You didn't sound too confident right there.
I have no idea. It's full. It looks full to me.
Yeah, everyone listening looked out the window.
Hand off left side, and Gillespie tight roping the far sideline. Finally pushed out, but Gillespie able to pick up the first down.
Another flag down.
I didn't know you were going to go solar on me. Jeez.
But that looked like a late hit, after that play.
Oh, yeah. Did they throw the flag? There's a conference here with officials.
That definitely was a late
there was a flag.
It was a late one.
And they're going to march this one off here.
5 yards. 5-yard penalty. 5-yard face mask. Yeah.
Yeah, 5-yard face mask penalty. Wow, 2 on the same drive. Got to go low, right? USA football teaching you how to tackle.
Right.
It has nothing to do with the face mask.
Well, Gillespie is a big boy.
That he is.
I don't think you want to try to go out his legs.
224. Back to pass. And a flag.
See, that goes back, delay a game, not having a shot clock here at this field.
Yeah.
How do you know when that shot clock is running down? Is he loud enough telling him 5 seconds, 10 seconds? I don't know. Because last week it seemed like the back judge was the one that was trying to figure out or keeping that time. So I'm going to keep an eye on that as this game goes on.
Yeah, the creation of this back judge becoming the field judge and the field judge being responsible for the time has really, I think, thrown things off. Throw and short underneath pass completed. Will cut back, has the first down to the 5-yard line. Javon Brown makes the reception. Brown lost his helmet. Now the question is, was it taken off by a Buccaneer or Nope, Brown will have to sit this next play out. I'm worried about this press box. This press box is 2 levels. I don't want it to become 1 quickly.
Yeah, it seems like that. You have a lot of pounding going on.
So first down and goal from the 7. Rullo from under center. Gives it off to Gillespie, and he is stood up by the Buccaneer line. Tano and Grimm on the tackle, and among others, as they just collapsing, not allowing Gillespie to get anything. They're going to lose 2. Second and goal from the 9 now.
Yeah, they lost 2 on that play, and every other play that they ran with Gillespie, they put him as tailback. This time they tried to give it to him as the up back, and he didn't have the momentum that he needed to get to that line of scrimmage, and Chartiers-Houston was able to stop him for a 2-yard loss.
So second and goal from the 9. 4 minutes to play, second quarter. 14-7. Monessen leads. Rullo hands it off right side. Brown getting the carry, and he stood up at the line of scrimmage. Hall making the tackle, and it will be third down and goal. And they've had first down and goal from the 7. They lost 2 on the next play. They lose another on the play after, and now they set up a third down and goal from the 10-yard line.
That's not what you want if you're first and goal for Monessen. But hey, if you're the quarterback, you sit back saying, hey, it makes it a 10-yard touchdown pass if he's able to convert. But, you know, obviously not being able to run the football on the last 2 downs just makes this a passing situation. And Chartiers-Houston needs to be ready. They need to be ready for a pass on this play.
Well, Monessen's going to call a timeout with 3:20 to play. 14-7 our score. The Greyhounds leading Chartiers-Houston. And we'll remind you that the Panera Bread Bowl and the Champ Sports Network is proudly brought to you by the Best of the Batch Foundation. Learn more at batchfoundation.org. By Panera Bread, live consciously, eat deliciously. By UPMC's Dignity and Respect campaign. To learn more, log on to dignityandrespect.org. And by the NFL Foundation. For more information, log on to nflfoundation.org. Lots of orgs.
Lots of orgs, and we had a great day this past Wednesday for our Global Dignity and Respect Day, where we had over 20 schools participate around the WPIL, and we had 2 international schools, one in Ireland and one in South Africa. It was great for these kids around here to be able to have a chance to now ask questions to kids in Ireland about anti-bullying and what do they do. So it was a phenomenal day all around, and I'm just glad to be part of it, and just want to thank everyone for supporting what we were able to do this week.
Third down and goal, throwing, end zone, tipped away, incomplete. Pass was originally intended for Javon Brown. It goes incomplete, and it will be fourth down. And it will bring up a 4th and goal situation for the Greyhounds as the pass tipped away. Nice job by the defensive back, knocking the football.
It has been, and this is something now because of the missed extra point earlier in the game, forced them to go for 2. This makes this a 4th down opportunity that Monessen has to go for. And then now, what better way for Chartiers-Houston to get back into this football game if they're able to stop them on this conversion.
4th down and goal from the 10. Rullo from the gun, back to pass. Has time, here comes the pressure. Screen plays completed out to Gillespie. He stiff arms one, headed to the pylon. He's a yard short of the marker. Stopped. Goal line stand provided by Chartiers-Houston. And the Buccaneers will take over 1st and 10 from their own 1-yard line. But more importantly, they shut the door on the Greyhounds to getting in and making this a 2-score game.
And this is exactly what you want as a defense, able to defend every blade of grass, because here they are on the 1-yard line. They were able to stop them here. And now, if you're Chartiers-Houston, you got to be able to figure out a way to put this ball into the end zone for the double score. They do get the ball back in the 3rd quarter, so if they're able to move the football here right before the half, this will be a nice momentum changer for Chartiers-Houston.
Well, they have 3 minutes and 5 seconds, and it doesn't take a math major to figure out they need to go 99 yards. And they hand it off, and he is going to be brought down in the end zone for the safety. The freshman bottled up. And, I mean, you really shouldn't be running counters to the left in the end zone. That normally doesn't work out, and it doesn't there.
It doesn't work out, but again, that goes back to not being able to get underneath the center to take that snap, because you're now lining up 5 yards. Monessen's defense is just going to pressure because there's nothing for them to have to defend. They pressured 5 yards back. You hand the ball out of the shotgun. That results in a safety in that particular situation. It's just something that really I don't like with the teams who line up in the shotgun all the time because of short yardage situation and backed up football. You have to be able to now push the line of scrimmage and get some yardage to allow your offense to start moving.
Even in the pistol, it's the same concept. You're losing yardage. You're giving away your yardage essentially.
Right.
When you have your back against the wall. Thus, they give the football. They will give the football back to Monessen, and now Monessen has a now 16-7 advantage.
And for Monessen, they weren't able to score on the last possession, but they were able to force a safety in that situation and get good field position back on this next play. I mean, you saw momentum maybe shifting to Chartiers-Houston side, but now it just instantly went back to Monessen side. And if you're sitting back in your Chartiers-Houston, you have to figure out a way of keeping Monessen off the scoreboard again right before the half.
So they'll kick from the 20 on the free kick and squib it right down the middle of the field. Picked up at the 36-yard line. This is Green. He has a 90-yard return. He's spinning out of tacklers and will finally be bottled up just short of the 50-yard line. And here comes the Monessen offense back onto the field with 2:49 to play here in this second quarter. Right now, Monessen a 2-score advantage, 16-7.
2-score advantage, and you better believe they're sitting back talking about, okay, we need to put points on the board to put Chartiers-Houston away right before the half. And this is something that really for them, they want to score, but yet don't want to give the ball back to Chartiers-Houston at midfield here.
You were mentioning the World Dignity and Respect Day. That was, of course, at Barron Elementary. Which,
yes.
I mean, that had to be kind of surreal to be able to host that at your elementary school.
That was big. Anytime I can go back to my alma mater is always fantastic.
Gillespie, handoff left side. Got tripped up. Nice job defensively for Chartiers-Houston. Tug to Tano. I think that deserves a
Tug to Tano.
that is an all-name team.
I'm telling you, that's it. Yeah, he's on our all-name team.
We have a lot of teams. The best of the badge team, all-name team.
And Monessen here is not, there's no sense of urgency trying to press the tempo to try to score before the half. So maybe they're content with the lead hit going out, or they can maybe pop a big play here to get them going in their 2-minute drill.
All the clock winding down to 2 minutes here at Chartiers-Houston. They'll go from the shotgun. Will Rullo. He'll throw, and that one went off his fingertips, and they're going to call this incomplete. That was definitely a forward pass. Pass intended for Desmond Jordan. And already bringing up a 3rd down at 6 and stopping the clock with 1:58 to play. Chartiers-Houston has to think, hey, we could get the ball right back here.
They can get the ball right back, and you look back at Monessen's side, you have to catch the football first. You tried to run with it, trying to make the safety move because he knew he had man-to-man coverage on the outside there, but you have to catch the football before you can do anything.
3rd down at 6 from the 46. Back to pass. Rullo steps up into the pocket, will take off and run. Flag comes flying in as Rullo gets pulled down. Hall on the stop. No gain on the play.
And this would be a big decision for coach because you have a holding here. Do you take the 10-yard penalty and back them up, or do you say, hey, it's 4th down and 7 and force a punt? I don't know. Let's see what coach does.
That's a tough call.
It really is.
I might take the down. I might just.
They declined it right there.
Yeah, I do that here. I make Monessen punt the football away. I don't give them another down. They're not with that big play capability.
Right.
Don't give them another down. If it was 4th and 3, I'd be thinking about taking the penalty. But 4th and 6, make your punt unit come out. And that's what happening here on 4th and 6 from the 46. And an official timeout. Well, they're talking. Officials talking with the near side coaches, Chartiers-Houston coaches. Well, they're going to run off 10 seconds here. And now they'll wind the clock. And now we have the 4th down. And it got blocked. Punt is blocked. And Chartiers-Houston will have the football at the Monessen. Well, they'll put it right at midfield. At the 50-yard line, Chartiers-Houston football. And I tell you what, on both sides tonight, special teams has been huge. We've had the Monessen 90-yard punt return for a touchdown, and now a punt block sets up Chartiers-Houston with half a football field to work with and 1:30 left on the clock.
It has been, and when you look back at how this thing unfolds here right before the half, they gave up 2 points, but yet gained 48 yards in field position. So if they're able to put a touchdown on the board, that safety doesn't look too bad. But right now, Chartiers-Houston has to put this football in the end zone before the half.
1:30 to play, second quarter, 16-7. Buccaneers with the football. Back to pass is Susko, gonna let it fly. Davidson, and it is nearly interception, then nearly caught and falls harmlessly to the phony turf. The phony grass here at Chartiers-Houston, incomplete. And they've tried that play, that stretch play to Davidson a couple times. They've come up short.
They have been, and Monessen is falling back because they almost got beat earlier in that game, earlier in the football game here with that same exact play. It looked like Monessen came down with that football, and then as he rolled over, they were able to knock it loose and it fell incomplete. So let's see if they can turn around now or maybe run a comeback route because of the soft covers that Monessen is playing.
2nd and 10 from midfield, 1:23 with the clock stopped. Susko from the gun, 4 wide. Back to pass, here comes the pressure. Screenplay is completed up to A.J. Myers. Myers down the far sideline, 30, and tripped up there. A 1st and 10 for Chartiers-Houston. A.J. Myers, a freshman, going down the far sideline.
And you sit back, the receiver trying to crack back on his safety. He held him, and the penalty in a great play by Chartiers-Houston would be nullified by this penalty.
Miles Williamson is hurt and has been taken here to the near sideline to be looked at. That's their big play, their deep threat.
And that looks like it might be his shoulder.
Where will this football be placed with the penalty? Well, they're going to gain 5 yards even with the penalty. So it'll be 2nd down and 5 from the Monessen 45-yard line, and the clock winds to 1:10. Susko from the gun, Williamson on the sidelines. Susko rolling out here to the near side, trying to reset himself, slings it over the football and hits the holder on the sidelines, trying to warm up the kicker on the sideline.
That goes back. They did run the comeback route on that particular play, but you don't have the right person in there to run that comeback route because they're not giving you the same coverage like they did earlier and like they did a couple plays ago when Williamson was in there.
So 3rd down and 5 now with 58 seconds to play in the quarter. Susko from the shotgun. They'll send trips here to the near side left. The ball sits on the far side hash. In motion is Myers. Susko gets the snap, and here comes the pressure. He's trying to get away, and he will not. Sacked on the play. On the sack, Kanye Jackson. All the way back at the 48-yard line.
So let's see, you had a timeout called by Monessen, but then you have an injured player on Chartiers-Houston side, but I think they're going to give Monessen the timeout instead.
So 47 seconds left. Monessen expects to get the football back and an opportunity to punch a late touchdown in. Remember the last time Chartiers-Houston punted the football away, it was returned 90 yards for a Greyhound touchdown. Fourth down and 12 from the 46 special teams unit on the field. Timeout called by Chartiers-Houston. I think there was a little confusion. What do you think?
No, there wasn't no confusion. They were trying to call a trick play because actually you have number 6, as you see on the sideline, he actually was in the game. And he tried to stand by the coach as if he wasn't, fooling the Monessen defense, so they were going to snap the football, throw it out here to see if they can pick up an easy first down.
I didn't catch any of that. That's why you're here. So Chartiers-Houston calls the timeout. The question is, did Monessen figure that out?
They did. So the players started to run over here, but I think they were loud enough upstairs, hear the coaches, that they were able to yell to the field by saying this. There was an eligible receiver here on this sideline. Yeah, and you can see 6 is running back into the game.
Right. The punter was just sitting over here cherry picking.
Right.
Well, now he'll punt. That would have been fun to watch.
It would have.
4th and 12. They send everybody but the punt away and will roll inside the 20 down to the 16-yard line. And if you're Chartiers-Houston, that's exactly what you wanted there. A deep punt that pins Monessen back inside the road 20-yard line with just now, 15 seconds left in the second quarter. If you're Monessen, do you even worry about running a play?
No, if you're Monessen, just kneel the football, go into the half, happy with the lead, and come out here and we're getting ready for the second half.
Well, they listen to you because they're headed to the locker room. Victory formation, and the quarterback Neal will take us to the break. Halftime here at Chartiers-Houston in our Week 8 Panera Bread Bowl Game of the Week. It is the Monessen Greyhounds 16, Chartiers-Houston 7. Pretty interesting first half, Charlie.
It has been. I mean, an entertaining one at that. You had a lot of trick plays here. Unfortunately, they didn't work, but you had some big plays here from the Monessen side, and they've been able to now take that lead into the half. So what a fantastic first half. I'm looking forward to the second half.
Want to remind you, the Panera Bread Bowl on the Champs Sports Network is proudly brought to you by the Best of the Batch Foundation. Founded by Pittsburgh native and 2-time Super Bowl champion Charlie Batch, the Batch Foundation provides financially challenged youth and their families with the purpose, desire, and resources to give their best efforts in all they do throughout their lives. By developing after-school programs, scholarships for students, restoring playgrounds, and offering sports and leisure activities, we show our commitment to the success of all of our youth and their families. The encouragement and the involvement of the community stimulates that success. Learn more at batchfoundation.org. By Panera Bread, live consciously, eat deliciously. And by the UPMC Dignity and Respect campaign. For more information, log on to dignityandrespect.org and take the Dignity and Respect Pledge. And by the NFL Foundation, a nonprofit organization dedicated to improving the health and safety of our sport, youth football, and the communities in which we live. For all more information on the NFL Foundation, log on to nflfoundation.org. We'll come back with the second half of football between the Buccaneers and the Greyhounds right here on the Champs Sports Network's Panera Bread Bowl High School Football Game of the Week.
What Panera has been about since the day we began it was creating the kind of food that we wanted to serve to our own families. We wanted a place with soul. We wanted a place that was real. We start with artisan bread, handcrafted by professional bakers using fresh dough. It just tastes better. Fresh food, served on real plates with real silverware in an environment that allows you to sit and relax. Making today better is a belief that you should leave feeling better than when you came in.
Charlie Batch, founder, Best of the Batch Foundation.
We're all in this together.
We don't have community centers. We don't have boys and girls clubs around here. So this right here, when you're impacting over 300 kids during a calendar year or during the summertime, I mean, it's one of those things that we're able to really make sure that we're focusing on these kids 8 weeks out of the summer, 4 days a week.
Shot! Right there,
we had more of these type of organizations, we wouldn't have that much problems, I don't think, in town.
When I'm on the basketball court, I feel like a champion.
Really, when you see the smiles on the kids' faces, that's what it's all about. Because no matter how tired I am at the end of the day, no matter how hot it is when you're dealing with the summertime, when I see those smiles, I mean, it makes it all well worth it.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
I want to thank UPMC and the Dignity and Respect campaign for all their continued support. I look forward to working with you for years to come.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
Hi folks, Matt Popshock here from the PIHL Network, and if you're looking for professional video production at the lowest price, you need to talk to Rubino Productions. From TV commercials to music videos, from marketing to live event coverage, Rubino Productions provides a wide range of video services. Hey, Rubino even does weddings. Visit them on the web at rubinoproductions.com.
Welcome back to Chartiers-Houston and our Panera Bread Bowl High School football game of the week. Right now, it's the Monessen Greyhounds on top of the Buccaneers from Chartiers-Houston by the score of 16-7. Back with Charlie Batch and Matt Farago of the Champs Sports Network. Glad you've made us a part of your Week 8 WPIL football experience. The playoff picture is forming. Of course, you can get all the playoff information, the implications, how teams can get in if your team is already out. If your team can still squeeze in, it's all there on champsportsnetwork.com. We're ready for the second half. Charlie, your thoughts on that first half of football between the Bucs and the Greyhounds?
He had a couple turnovers early on, but both teams were able to respond. Chartiers-Houston got on the board first, 7-0. Monessen was then able to answer that possession, getting on the board themselves. They missed the extra point, but from there, Monessen dominated the second half of this football game. Now they're not getting beat by any trick plays, but coming out here trying to dominate the football game, and that's what they were able to do in that second quarter.
Chartiers-Houston will get the football to begin the second half, and stumbling across the 15 up to the 16-yard line, that's Williamson. And Chartiers-Houston begins with their first possession and an opportunity to get something going offensively. They've had glimpses of greatness tonight.
They have, and this is a big possession for Chartiers-Houston coming out of the break to be able to go out here and drive the football, get some momentum going to get back into this football game, because they haven't had great field position since their opening possession of this football game. So here we have it, and let's see what they come out here and do in this third quarter.
First and 10 from the 16-yard line to open up this second half of football between the Bucs and the Greyhounds. Single A section showdown here on Champs. And they'll hand it off the left side. It's the freshman getting the carry and getting spun down. Spencer Turling, the freshman, again, he's got a lot of carries tonight. Turling picks up 2 yards. Be second down and 8 coming up here for the Buccaneers. You all right?
I'm good.
Okay. Just making sure. Nothing wrong with my partner over there. Turling handing off once again and bottled up. Maybe got one of the play. Second and 7, third and 7 coming up.
Big third down here coming up, and this is something that they've been able to convert early in this ball game and they've been moving the pocket. You can see he was back there making plays with his feet, delivering the football down the field. And let's see if he can turn around now and go out here and actually put some pressure on this Monessen defense.
3rd and 7 from the 19-yard line. Shotgun formation for Susko, back to pass, looking right, lost the football, was able to pick it back up, and then fell back. And that's just a case of Susko losing control of the football.
Lost control of the football, but hey, as this night starts to chill, the football starts to get slick. And you can see on that particular play, the ball just came out of his hand. Luckily, the ball bounced back up to him that he was able to now jump on that football and that turn the football over to Monessen inside the 20-yard line there.
So the Bucs special teams unit onto the field. They go 3 and out on their opening drive to begin the second half. First was punt going out of bounds here to the near side and will be out at the 42. So short field to work with for Monessen as their offense comes out for the first time in the second half, Charlie. And this is exactly what they wanted to set things up.
And this is exactly what you want from Monessen coming out of the half. 3 and out, getting good field position now and trying to continue to put that pressure on the defense, because right now it doesn't seem like Chartiers-Houston is able to move the football, and for that whole second quarter Monessen had that football, and now here you have in that third quarter again coming out with great field position to start.
1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. 5 minutes to play, or 9 minutes to play. Handoff left side, it's Gillespie. Gillespie carrying it forward across the 40 up to the down to the 40. Where are they going to mark this down? At the 34-yard line. Gain of 7 yards, second down and short coming up.
And that was a big play on first down there, coming out, being able to gain 6 yards on that possession. They were trying to stretch the field left, get vertical, and was able to get downhill for a big conversion, for a big yardage on that first down.
2nd and 3 after the gain of 7. 9:18 on a moving third quarter clock. Under center now. They'll hand it off. Gillespie playing at the fullback position gets the carry, and he's close to the first down sticks. Tuck Titano making the tackle, and the officials want to stop the clock because they're going to move the chains here.
Moving the chains, and they come out, handing the ball to the up man, getting for a quick hit and play, was able to pick up 3 on that to move the chains, and that's what I like, getting underneath the center on those short yardage down to be able to now press the tempo.
Shotgun formation and a first down at 10 from the 31-yard line. Handoff right side, it's Brown, and he is bottled back behind the line of scrimmage. 42, that's Dylan Briggs. Briggs, a sophomore, playing like a senior on that play.
I mean, that's what happens when you stretch the field east-west. It allows your linebacker to shoot the gap. The Chartiers-Houston was able to do that for a loss of 4 yards on that play, and that's something that you have to get vertical at some point and not able to continue to stretch the field. You have to get up the field at some point. If not, you're going to play in the Chartiers-Houston's hands.
2nd and 13 after the loss of 3 from the 34-yard line. 4 wide, back to pass. Rollo in trouble, going to let it fly into the end zone, and it is dropped. His receiver was open. Desmond Jordan, the intended receiver, as Rollo had draped that ball right over triple coverage and into the awaiting hands of Rollo, but he can't come up with it. Incomplete.
Incomplete, and I mean, that was a perfectly thrown football down the right sideline, or right down the right hash, and literally put the ball into his hands. All he had to do was catch the football, and if you're sitting back, I think he doubted the fact that the ball was even going to get there, and he was able to let that football go from 40 yards out.
So now 3rd down at 13 from the 34. Clock stopped with 9:05 third quarter. Gillespie to the sidecar of right of Rollo. He'll go back to pass, look right, throw that way, and coming back, sliding to the football. No, they're going to say he trapped it, and I thought that was undoubtedly a clean catch by Lavelle Rush. But the officials abruptly come in and say he trapped the football, incomplete, 4th down.
Oh, I mean, looking back at this angle, you thought he had it, and that would have put him in the manageable 4th down territory if they were going to go for it. You know, at this point, they're going to go for it here in Chartiers-Houston's territory. And now you leave from a 4th and 14 situation to that could have possibly been a 4th and 8, 4th and 7.
So 4th down and 13 as they roll the pass incomplete. Love to take a look at that on a replay. From the 34, Olo sends Brown out as the slot receiver, and then a timeout taken. No, delay of game going to be called against Monessen. This will move them back 5 more, and you go from 4th and 13 now to 4th and 18.
And that goes back to what we talked about early in this football game. Who's giving the quarterback the warning? The flag came from the back left judge, and here you have, how would he know? You just don't know.
Did he put his hand up?
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to pay attention to it, and I didn't see a hand go up, but in fairness to the referees, maybe he has.
Bubble screen set up to the far side. It's completed to Brown on 4th and 18. They'll make one miss, make a second man miss, go down the far sideline. He got the first down, 20-15, down to the 10-yard line. Some way, somehow, Javon Brown picks up the Monessen Greyhound first down, stroking down the far sideline. There is a flag down, and we'll check that, but Brown able to weave his way through defenders and pick up a first down, at least for now.
At least for now, and he made 3 people miss right off the bat, and this is something that was just pure will to turn around and make that first down happen when you caught the football and had to gain 13 yards and get through him in Chartiers-Houston's defense, and that was just a big play on that 4th down conversion.
So the penalty against Chartiers-Houston, half the distance. The first down will stand, so will the play by Brown. That picks up 23. They needed 18. The penalty will move them even closer. It will be 1st and goal from the 4-yard line with 7:45 to play in the 3rd.
And that was about 35 yards pure, but between play and penalty to put them down here and on the 4-yard line, that was just not what you wanted.
Rollo hands off to Gillespie, trying to go off left tackle. On the stock, Tatano again coming up. We've called his name a number of times tonight.
Yes, you did. He's all over the place. I like the way he's playing tonight.
2nd down and 5 coming up. 7:20 to play in the quarter with this moving clock. Get you some scores from around the WPIL here in a little bit. Most notably, Aliquippa and Beaver Falls tied at 14 at the break.
I thought you were going to tell me it was Steel Valley and South Allegheny. I mean, that was the game. Come on, man.
Everybody wants to know what Steel Valley's doing, right? Handoff, Javon Brown bottled up by the Buccaneer defense. There was a bunch of them on that stop. I want to hear like an Oregon "Let's Go Bucks" thing.
I do. Right? We have a man down right now.
Yeah, timeout for injury. That's a Greyhound, I believe.
Who was that? Green on the play? Oh no, Brown.
Brown made the run. Is that him?
Yeah, that might be Brown down on the play.
Looks like they're working on his right foot. Well, as they tend to him, Moon and Newcastle are tied 21-21 in a battle of the Parkway Conference. Steel Valley and South Allegheny. South Allegheny and Steel Valley. South Allegheny and Steel Valley are tied 14-14 at halftime. So there's your Steel Valley.
That's that big score you needed right there. And that was Brown down on the ground, being carried off.
That's terrible to see. Brown's played phenomenally all season long and a key cog to this Monessen Greyhound team, and you don't like to see it for anybody.
Not at all. Hopefully it's not too serious as they check him out, and hopefully he'll be back in his ball game.
So So third down and goal from the 8. Rolling out is Rullo, throwing, completing to Gillespie. He's into the end zone for the Monessen Greyhound touchdown. 8-yard pass and catch. Rullo to Gillespie for the Monessen touchdown.
You did that on purpose.
You have 11? Got 11. Well, then Brown gets taken out, Charlie, and they complete the pass to Gillespie for the touchdown.
Yes, they did. They were able to convert, and you can tell the way that Chartiers-Houston defense was penetrating. They were going to use a rollout, and they booted to the right and was able to hit the fullback in the flat.
2-point conversion is good as they hit Gillespie again. He'll just snatch them for a big boy. He has soft hands.
He does, and they just bodied him up in the end zone. He has a wide body to get around, and it was almost like he was boxing out for a rebound right there. Put it in his chest. He was able to convert for the 2-point conversion.
So with 6:34 to play here in the third quarter, it's Monessen 24, Chartiers-Houston 7. And Monessen able to convert with the short field position. Just a 44-yard drive to go ahead and really set themselves apart here, give them some breathing room with that first score of the second half.
It was, and I mean, that was a big possession for Monessen on that drive to really set the tone of this third quarter. And if Chartiers-Houston has any hope of getting into this football game, they need to put a drive together desperately to at least to put some points on this board, because if they don't, I mean, this game could get out of hand, and that's not what you want if you're Chartiers-Houston, as you try to gain that confidence to show, hey, we can compete with the elite. We have to put something together right now.
North Allegheny leads Shaler 42-7 at the break. West Allegheny leads 31-17 over Montour, and Moon has taken a 28-21 lead over Newcastle. From the 9, return by Williamson. Got the 30, 35, near side, got midfield, and makes another man miss before finally being pushed out of bounds by Williamson, who's that athlete. Every high school has the athlete. He plays multiple sports. He's a huge basketball player at Chartiers-Houston, and he takes it down the near sideline for Chartiers-Houston.
He does, and I'm glad to see him back in his football game, because earlier he went out with an injury. It seemed like he was holding his shoulder, but he was back, and Chartiers-Houston set up a return beautifully down the left sideline as they set up the return and allow him to get across midfield to open up this possession right here.
Back to pass, Susko. Throwing on the screen. It's tipped up into the air and recepted. Nearly intercepted and then caught by Williamson, and great athletic play there to make the catch.
He did, and there was a penalty thrown on the play, so they're going to see whether or not he pushed Monessen, because they were in position to intercept that pass. He came down with it, but let's see what the referee calls here.
On Williamson, yeah, offensive pass interference. You saw that one coming. You don't see that called often.
You don't see a call, but I think if the ball was thrown with some velocity, with some air on it, then the referee wouldn't have called that play. But because it was a line drive, that means he had to go through the Monessen player to pick off that, to get that football, and that's what happened on that play.
There's a hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate is great.
Just checking.
That was a big penalty. I mean, 15-yard penalty to put them back on first down here. I mean, I don't know how many plays you have in your playbook for 1st and 25, but we're going to see a play here be called.
First down and 25 from the 41. Susko from the gun. Man in motion left to right. Kincaid. And he'll get the carry up to the 45-yard line, picking up 4. So third down and long coming up. Third down and 21. Second down and 21.
Second and 21. I mean, I like a middle screen play here, the way that Monessen is really rushing up the field. And I think if they can probably hit him with that quick middle screen, they will allow them to get 10 to 15 yards and get them back into manageable third down.
From the 45, Susko from the gun, 4 wide, sidecar to the left. He'll get the snap and look right, complete his pass out to the far side of the field. It is completed to A.J. Myers, the freshman, who's seen quite a few balls thrown his way. Third down coming up.
And right now, if you're Chartiers-Houston, think about 2 plays. Let's see if we can gain, half of this on third down and get back in the fourth down. You don't have to go for it all on this down, because right now in this ball game, you're 4 down territory in this game.
Third and 17 from the 49. Susko goes back to pass. Hit as he throws down the far sideline. Incomplete. Myers, the intended receiver. Susko took a crushing blow as he delivered that football.
And he did, and that was something there. You went for it all on that down, and maybe he took a blow, but I mean he stood in that pocket, and it's something where if you're going to miss outside, so it's not turned, so you don't turn the football over. It landed out of bounds, and hey, now you just live to punt the football. But I like the decision under pressure.
Fourth down at 17. They'll punt the football with 5:08 to play in the third. Punts away. We'll take a bounce going out of bounds at the 16. So inside the 20 where Monessen will begin the second offensive drive of the second half, up 24-7, and really could put the icing on the cake on this one if they could punch another one in the end zone.
They really could. I mean, you can see all game, Chartiers-Houston was not going to allow punt returner to get in their directional punting, and the punter right there is doing a phenomenal job. Kanye, who is it? Mike Kushma?
Kushma.
Yes, he is. A nice job of punting
sophomore too.
In this ball game. You had some nice punts.
Mike Kushma, sophomore. A lot more punts in his future.
Yes.
First and 10 from the 16. Gillespie getting the call off the left side, and this is where the bruising back comes in handy now to just drain out the rest of this defense for Chartiers-Houston.
It is, and you can see him just wearing them down, and it's like to say, hey, we've been on the field this long, let's pound it out, see if we can get out of this quarter and keep Chartiers-Houston defense on the field, which they've been able to do. And when you have a punishing back like you do right there, I mean, it's something that he's a big guy to bring down.
Second down and 4 from the 22-yard line. And off right side. Then cutting back against the grain. He's still up. Finally whistled down. DeMond Jordan getting the carry. Jordan's a sophomore. Picked up the first down.
Picked up the first down. It was tough running because he was, it looked like he was going to be brought down in the backfield, but he was able to figure out his way to get that first down, and that was some good, tough running.
Be first down and 10 for the Greyhounds as we wind under 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. 24-7 our score in the Bread Bowl. Shotgun formation for the Greyhounds. Orlo going back to pass. Screen pass is completed out to Jordan. And Jordan is stopped right at the line of scrimmage by maroon and gold. You gotta like their colors, right?
You do like the colors. It's a pretty sweet facility. I mean, you look back, you would never think this coming off the freeway, but when you come back here and the way this facility is brought, I mean, I love the field, I love the track, and I mean, they're doing some big things here at Chartiers-Houston. I'm just glad that I had a chance to experience it.
Yeah, I want to say they're one of a handful of single-A schools with the turf field. I don't know, man.
This is single-A, and this field looks better than Steel Valley's. Because they have a track. Look at it. I mean, you don't have it.
Gillespie making the catch. Fighting his way forward across the 30 up to the 32. Flag is down. We'll check that. Yeah, where does Steel Valley track, by the way?
You know, they don't have a track team. So when you have a lot of the kids who are in midget league, they want to come up, they want to run track, they run AAU track in the summer, but when they get to 9th grade, they don't have a chance to run track. AAU, USATF, I'm sorry, not AAU.
Yeah.
USATF. They literally have a chance now that as they run throughout the summer. What tends to happen is as they get to 9th grade, they have to make a decision. If you want to run track and play football, you can't do it at Steel Valley. So a lot of these athletes are leaving the region or leaving the district because they can't run track. And that's just upsetting because you don't have it. But when I look at this facility, I'm like, wow, Single A school has track. This is beautiful. But they're still, back in the day, Steel Valley had a track team. They won the state championships, I think it was 1982, 84, where their 4x100 team was unbelievable. And those guys ended up going out running Division I track.
Russo letting it fly to Gillespie at the 45, 40, 30, 20, 15. Tripped up down at the 10-yard line. Another catch, Clintel Gillespie. And for the big fella again, for being as big as he is, Gillespie so agile on his feet and making those soft hand catches, looking like he's $160.
He's looking at it, he is all over the place. When you look at him, 6 feet, 224-pound senior, running a vertical route down the right hash, making the catch over his shoulder, being able to put his head down and run. I thought he was going to stiff arm to allow him to get to the end zone, but it didn't. But that was a huge play. Big change of field position right there because that play went for 60 yards on that play. Nice job.
Very impressive.
And guess who we see? We see Brown back into this ball game.
Wow.
I like to see that.
That I guess that was carrying him off the field was more precautionary than it was detrimental to his feet. So Brown getting the carry down inside the 5 to the 2-yard line now.
And it's almost like I let the workhorse run to get us down in here, and all of a sudden he trots on the field and says, no, coach, I want to go in and score. And I'm just glad to see him back, and that injury wasn't serious a couple moments ago.
So Gillespie gets a breather, and Brown back into this game. And they'll hand it off to the left side. Kane Jackson is stopped. No gain, maybe a loss of 1 on the play back to the 3. Coming into this game, Clintel Gillespie out of Monessen had 22 touchdowns, which is second best in all of the WPIAL in all classifications. That makes him, he has a total of 146 points, but the most impressive thing is he scored 22 touchdowns, and he also has 14 point afters. He's also kicked 14 extra points for Monessen this year. He's scored all 7 points.
He's all over the place.
3rd and goal from the 2. And it's Brown to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Monessen. Javon Brown gets in for the Monessen touchdown of 2 yards away. Just continue to extend the play to the corner of the pylon.
That's it. And that was a play that they ran for a 2-point conversion earlier where he threw the football. That particular play, he just kept getting wide, and until he was able to turn the corner, which he was able to do, and put Monessen back on the scoreboard, or another 6 points on the scoreboard right now. It looks like they're going for 2.
They will go for 2 with 54 seconds in the quarter. Brown punching it in. 2 yards away. Good to see him back out there, by the way.
It really is.
That did not look good. So a 2-point conversion here. On the slant route, thrown down, and they threw a pass interference flag. So they're going to get another shot at this.
I don't know if that was pass interference. You can see a pass interference on the offense for a push-off trying to get out, but let's see what the ref calls. And the way that Monessen is standing there, they're thinking that it's on Chartiers-Houston.
Face mask penalty. We didn't see that.
No, you didn't see that one. If I'm Monessen, I run the same 2-point conversion that I did the last time.
Yeah.
Give it a two-way option to Brown coming across. If he can get to the corner, fine, so be it. If not, then, hey, throw the football.
Pop passing right over everybody. But moving the football up to the 1.5 here. Rolo will go under center. Haven't seen a lot of that. And then Brown in motion.
Oh, they're going to give it to the bruiser.
they did. Sweep to the left side, got blown dead. You saw that play coming from a mile away.
You can see it coming from a mile away, but when you look at it, they gained a half a yard or 1 yard, 1.5 yards on that particular face mask penalty, but then they lost 5 yards on a false start. So.
And now this becomes the WPI record holder for longest 2-point conversion attempt.
And you're having it here. This one here is going to be a play action. Fake it to the left, roll out to the right. Let's see if my prediction is right.
Well, man in motion's Brown. Nope, they'll go right back to the sweep. And jumping over Gillespie. And he did not get to the down to the 2. And then we got another flag, and this is going to be on Monessen. I think they're going to decline this. Gillespie jumping, hurtling over that defender. I think that's what they're going to call that. Well, I think they're going to decline this and finally end this. And this is called a segue when we were talking about Gillespie, 22 touchdowns, 146 points, the most, or second most in the WPIAL this year. The man who holds the most coming into this Friday night has 25 touchdowns, 150 yards, and his name is Jimmy Wheeler from West Mifflin, and we will see him next week to wrap up our Panera Bread Bowl regular season coverage when the Titans of West Mifflin play host to the Jaguars of Thomas Jefferson.
Yes, and that's going to be a phenomenal game next week. Everyone's excited about it, and we all knew this division title, the conference title, was going to come down to this game, and it's played at West Mifflin, and this is going to be something, division title or conference title on at stakes, home game, and you may see one of these two teams will possibly represent the AAA at Hinesfield on championship day.
West Mifflin did, of course, a season ago. That one went right through the legs of Williamson. And we'll pick it up and try to return something, and lowering his shoulder across the 15 to the 17, and that's where Chartiers-Houston will take over, trailing 30-7 with 44 seconds left in the third quarter. So West Mifflin TJ to cap things off. It looks like by the scores, both of those teams will ride into next Friday night with 8-0 records.
And they'll be rolling in, and it'll be a packed house out there because everyone expected this game or next week's game to be, undefeated teams, if not maybe a one defeat team, one loss team heading into that game. But it's going to be a great game, and I'm looking forward to next week.
And off there, they picks up a yard. Tick down with 30 seconds left in this quarter. Not the way the second half, you wanted the second half to go for Chartiers-Houston.
Not at all, and you can see field position pinned them back, all third quarter, and that was just something that they just couldn't get out of. And right now, here you go again, starting another drive inside of your 20-yard line. It's very tough to score from 80 yards out on each possession.
Going deep, and he's wide open. Myers dropped the football. Wide open was Myers. I can't believe it.
And this is when you know your day is not going good.
Well, they're going to flag the taunting of the sideline of Monessen for dropping that football.
And you go from a 80-yard touchdown, you're dropping the football, but you do gain, 15 yards on the penalty, but they would love to have 6 points on the board. And that's just not concentrating and not being able to pull that football.
quarters in the books. We'll sort this one out. Are they going to have an untimed down? Nope, we're going to take it to the quarter. 3 quarters in the books here from Chartiers-Houston. The Hounds on top of the Bucs, 30-7. Back on champs for quarter number 4 after this.
Hey Pittsburgh, we're coming together for a cause to fight against breast cancer. Show your support and come together for the cause with Panera Bread.
Go to any Pittsburgh Panera Bread cafes all through October and buy a pink ribbon bagel and support the cause.
Proceeds from every pink ribbon bagel sold will be donated to the Young Women's Breast Cancer Awareness Foundation and these fine charities.
Grab a pink ribbon bagel and buy a few dozen for your office, meetings, or family.
So come on Pittsburgh, get your game on.
Show your support and come together for the cause with Panera Bread.
Time for dinner.
Third down and 9 coming up as we welcome you back to the Panera Bread Bowl High School Football Game of the Week. Back with Charlie Batcha, Matt Farago. Handoff there makes it 4th down. Make it about 4th down and 3, 4th down and 4 coming up for Chartiers-Houston, the punt unit out on the field. Bushma getting a workout here tonight. From the special team side of things, back out onto the field. Just got that one, hooked this one into the near sideline and had pressure barreling down on him and just got it out of bounds. Monessen will take over 1st and 10 from the Chartiers-Houston 40-yard line. Greyhounds back to work, Joe.
At what point does the mercy rule happen?
35.
35, okay.
We've seen that, what, once or twice?
Yeah, we've seen that in the 2nd quarter. No, it's South Fayette game.
Yeah, that's right. And off right side, Brown trying to get to the corner, and he will not. He'll just get to the original line of scrimmage. There's going to be a penalty completely on the other side of the field with Green and Miles Davidson, or Williamson. Williamson and Green getting into it. And John Rubino came up at halftime and said, "Can you guys feel the hate up here? These two teams don't like each other."
They were jawing in the beginning of the game. You can see Monessen came over half to midfield, jawing at Chartiers-Houston right before they were coming out of the tunnels. They were jawing at Monessen coming out. So here you have just a frustration call, you know, all the way through because they've been going at it all game, and here you go. And they actually called it against Monessen.
Yeah.
I thought they would call offsetting penalties.
Right. That's almost tends to be that whole, if you do it second, you normally get called for it.
Second man caught.
Right. 2nd down and 25. Wow. And off the left side. It's terrible.
Just terrible.
See how it is.
And let's see what you have in the playbook for a 3rd and 25 call here for Monessen at their home 45-yard line.
And here I was going to plug, you know, the in the pocket coming up in November.
Absolutely. You have in the pocket right now. You have Monessen sitting here on a 3rd and 25.
I'm loving the pun.
Yeah, he was able, remember last time, he was able to throw one over his shoulder.
Back to pass, has time, got a pocket, lets it fly, and he did throw it over his shoulder and over his head and over everybody else. Incomplete. Rush, the intended receiver, couldn't rush fast enough to get underneath that football.
Couldn't get underneath the football there. He had a man down the middle of the field. But hey, Chartiers-Houston was able to stop Monessen on that possession. Let's see if they can turn around and get a good return here on the punt, just to get something going here in the second half.
Punt unit out for the Greyhounds is away. That's Gillespie, by the way. He does it all. To the 15-yard line. He can even accomplish the coffin corner inside the 20.
Yes, he can. He's doing it all. A punter, kick. He said he kicked the field goal, correct?
Yeah, he's 14 of them.
Kicked the field goal, punter. He's a receiver, running back. Only thing he didn't do at this point is just take the ball and be the quarterback. So I'm surprised they didn't line him up a wildcat and just try to pound it in there at some point on a 3rd and short.
Run right up the middle on 1st down at 10. That's Turling, the freshman. Second down and 9 coming up. Let it fly way down, and playing center field is Green. He makes the interception, and he has room to the 35, to the 30, weaving his way now to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, inside the 10-yard line, and there's some pushing and shoving away from the play, and again, Williamson is involved with this. Coming a little chippy out there.
It really is. You had miscommunication there by quarterback receiver. He thought the receiver was going deep. He cut off his route, and you can see miscommunication leads to the interception. Return the football, but you had some extracurricular activity going on. On the other side of the field, referee has thrown the flag and called a personal foul on Monessen that's going to bring this football back. But no, he called it on both. So let's see where the return, if it's inside the 10. So I wonder how they're going to line this up. So did he do offsetting? He putting the ball inside the 10-yard line, so
where he
return the football.
Yep. Put it at the 9.
Oh, so they called it on Chartiers-Houston.
Okay, so they did. Called it on Williamson. It'll be 1st down and goal. Gillespie, 3 schools of interest: Pitt, Rutgers, and West Virginia, by the way, according to Rivals.com. This is Brown, and Brown untouched for The Monessen touchdown of 4 yards. Greyhounds get into the end zone.
And you can see Monessen just walks into the end zone. It's almost as if Chartiers-Houston just has given up on that particular play. You know, they're just tired. They've been on the field the entire game. And here you have, you know, Monessen lining up again, and it's just frustration all around the board. And for the second time this game, Monessen will line up in the field goal situation.
And it is not Gillespie doing the kicking now. Luke Doptis. Well, it's going to be a fake. And they throw it, and it is caught for the 2-point conversion.
Get caught by who?
Gillespie.
Gillespie. He's all over the place.
Javon Brown, who had the touchdown, his 3 college choices, Bowling Green, Temple, and WVU. No offers from any of those, but those are the 3 according to Rivals.
Yeah, I would like Eastern Michigan on that board if they can put it up there. I like Javon Brown. I like the way he's playing.
You're
Bowling
just
Green.
a homer all the way around.
Bowling Green's on there. If you consider in the MAC conference, I mean, why not put Eastern Michigan on that list?
You take the #1 prospect. He needs to play for.
Yeah, I was trying to do that, you know, even way back in the day when Terrell Pryor was coming out.
Did you want him to go to?
Hey, put him on the list.
Late 40 to play in this one, 38-7 as Monessen's blown this one open. I'm losing the date of the
November 11th.
Thank you. November 11th. Easy for me to say. From the 10, it's this Williamson. Across the 30 up to the 34-yard line. Bucks to take over. And November 11th, in the pocket, Charlie Batch from Latitude 40 in Robinson Township. That's actually North Fayette, but either way.
Hey, either way, Robinson, North Fayette, it's going to have to be a fun time.
It's up there across the street from Walmart.
Exactly. I don't know how to hold it. I don't know if he's the town center or Robinson. Hey, man, it's all Robinson to me.
Right.
Maybe they didn't want to confuse anybody either.
It's very nice in Latitude 40.
It really is. I'm looking forward to a fun event and a lot of people out challenging me in pool.
Right up the middle. You may have people challenge you for pool, but you will not have people challenge you in the opera.
Not at all. And that was such a fantastic event last Saturday. Going to the opera and being in the opera.
You were in the opera?
Yes, I was in the opera. Man, I was the champion of champion. I walked out on the opera. I never knew how big the opera event was, and for me to go down there and experience, I'm just thankful that the Pittsburgh Opera has invited me and allowed me to be part of their festivities.
Run right up the middle. Turling got cracked. Nice tackle by Rush. Got to the 49-yard line as clock stops to move the sticks. Yeah, I mean, how many professional football players can say they've played in the NFL and been in an opera?
Absolutely, and I had a great review.
I saw that.
Trip review. Man, trip review. Whew, thank you. That was unbelievable.
Tough to say.
Yes, I can. Man, that was great. I enjoyed myself. Thank you for inviting me to the opera.
And off there on first down. Loss of 1, 2nd and 11 coming up. Official timeout with 6:53 to play. Regulation here. We want to thank everybody tuning in, of course, across the network. We had Beaver Falls Aliquippa's on the network currently, and our other game, Neshannock, playing North Catholic in more single-A action. 2 single-A games on the network tonight.
I like when we have single-A,
double-A.
Double-A. You know, we gotta show love to the lower divisions. I mean, this is what it's about.
We did Ocean Laurel earlier. Laurel's doing well. Osh, 500.
That's your alma mater.
Not really, but so not at all. But a lot of people think it is. Run off the left side. Gain of 2. 3rd down and 9 coming up. Yeah, no one wants to take credit for it. I think you'd have, I think you'd have multiple, if there was any ever doubt, you'd have multiple high schools that would be more than happy to take credit for you. But Steel Valley has you.
Steel Valley has me maroon and gold all day.
Maybe Steel Valley wants to pick me up a little bit.
I don't know. We might have, I'll try to talk to him, see if we get you as a distinguished alum.
Throwing back shoulder. Did Williamson able to come down with that? I think he did. Nice play by Miles.
Nice play, nice timing route on the out route, and that's something they should have went back to earlier in that ball game, but instead they were trying to throw the jump ball down the field. And they were 0 for 3 by trying to attempt to throw it down with 1 interception, throwing it deep. So I like coming back with the comeback route because these are routes that you have to be able to complete as you continue to move forward heading into the playoffs.
Bouncing it off the right side. It's Turling. 4-yard pickup on 1st down to the 31-yard line. You said you've already seen a lot of basketball already this year.
Yeah, we have middle school basketball.
Middle school
girls.
Basketball. Okay.
So we've been out at North Allegheny watching the Lady Tigers do their thing. They got better as the year went on, and this is exciting to watch those young ladies play.
Spencer Turling picking up 1st down, 8 yards, moving the sticks. Inside the 25, down to the 23-yard line, under 5 minutes to play. 38-7 our score. Monessen on top of Chartiers-Houston. Other scores, Aliquippa Beaver Falls in a good one, 20-20. Headed to the 4th. We don't get that. Who picks these games? Spinning and working his way forward, Turling. Losing 1 on the play, 2nd and 11. Upcoming.
Approaching 4 minutes on this game, and you can see Chartiers-Houston I want to see them punch the ball in to gain that momentum, because this is what you want to see from this Chartiers-Houston team, because hey, you got to win a game next week as you play Fort Cherry, and this is something that you want to have that momentum heading into that game, to when you go back and you review the film and you say, you want to know what, these are the things that work and we need to continue to get better at these particular plays.
Flag comes flying in. Want to remind you, a week from Monday is the WPL pairings. We'll be there, and all the brackets and the bracketology and the sites and times and teams all get announced at the Doubletree in Greentree. That's convenient, Doubletree and Greentree. And we'll be there for that. Maybe get a chance to talk with Tim O'Malley of the WPIL and coaches. And always a fun time.
Always a fun time. As you playoff football.
Playoffs.
As you approach the end of November to see who's going to be playing at Heinz Field.
Sweep to the right side on the wide receiver end around to Myers. And great containment by the Greyhound defense losing 5, maybe 6 on the play.
You can see Monessen, they gave up some yardage on this drive, but they're saying to themselves, we do not want Chartiers-Houston to score as we approach under 3 minutes in this ball game. So this is a statement drive for Monessen's defense as they try to keep Chartiers-Houston out of the end zone.
Coming into tonight, 42 teams clinched playoff spots of the 64 available.
Wow.
Playoff spots. It's like the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, this is big. Everyone wants to play in the postseason, and that's the only way.
Susko well overthrew Williamson on the play, incomplete. 4th down coming up for the Bucks.
And getting in those playoffs, that's the only way that you can assure yourself at least a chance at thinking about a championship by getting into that playoffs. And for some teams who expect to be there, that's great. But for some of those programs who are rebuilding to get into that playoff, that just breeds confidence for those young players in your program to say, you want to know what? We're inching our way closer to respectability.
Fourth down for the Buccaneers. Fade route to Davidson, and he'll make the catch for the. No, he dropped the football. Oh man, he dropped it right into the breadbasket of Williamson, and Miles Williamson just couldn't come up with it.
Couldn't come up with it. That's a tough break for Williamson because that was the first time throwing it down the field that he had an opportunity to make a play. And if you're Chartiers-Houston, you're kicking yourself right now because you gave up 14 points on drop passes. You had one that would have went for 80 yards, and you had one right there that would have went for 25 yards. And that's just a tough break because when you look at this scoreboard, yeah, the scoreboard says 38-7, but in all actuality, this score should be 38-21.
Yeah, no doubt. Monessen to get the football back with 2:17 to play. Run it to the right side and bottled up in the backfield for a loss of 6 yards. Well, Chartiers-Houston not out of it, but they could have clinched with the win here tonight, and a Brentwood loss would have clinched it for them. But Brentwood currently leading Bishop Canevin. That doesn't help their cause as the Spartans want to take that fourth and final playoff spot. And the Spartans could do so if they win next week and Chartiers-Houston falls to Fort Cherry.
Wow, a lot of different scenarios that can happen. And I mean, this is something, that's why I said you want to build that momentum as they head into next week's game against Fort Cherry, because you just never know how this thing is going to unfold. And you have to turn around now and start playing some of your best football. And you have one more opportunity next week if you're Chartiers-Houston.
Well, for Monessen to come back on this field, the last time they were on it was last year in the WPL quarterfinals, and they lost to Fort Cherry in the quarterfinals, 24-21. Neshannock, rather. Lost to Neshannock 24-21 on this field. To come back here, get a big win, and keep in the hunt with Clarendon. Clarendon and Fort Cherry for the top spot. That's a big statement win for
it really is, to come on the road and do something that really, people were unsure of, because Chartiers-Houston was 5-2 coming into this ball game, and you thought, you want to know what? Hey, they can't take this team lightly. In the way that Chartiers-Houston started this football game was definitely a wake-up call for Monessen, and they realized that they couldn't take this game lightly, and it took them a while to get going, and they were able to do it in the second quarter by putting 21 unanswered points on the board as they headed into halftime.
There's a clock winding down to minute 10 to play, and a handoff to the middle of the field, and got some room on the carry for Monessen. Malik Harrison Jr. getting his first carry, and Harris picking up 13 of the needed 14, so 3rd and 1 now.
And one thing I like both coaches, they're bringing their young guys in, and I think this is something, especially for Chartiers-Houston, these young guys having an opportunity to come in, earn that letter like we talked about, you know, early on in the season, for those guys to be to letter. And it's a big game. I mean, this is where your experiences comes. Even though it is a blowout game, your experience comes because now you want to have a chance to look at these guys on film and say, okay, this is what you need to get better at. And if we're going to grow as a program, we're going to grow with our young guys as they develop. And this is something that really, these guys, this is a great experience for these guys to go down here and have a chance to play.
All Monessen, Clarendon, and Fort Cherry looking all to move to what would actually be 7-1. Reason being is they're getting, all of the teams in this conference are getting awarded a forfeit victory from Amani Christian.
Okay.
Who
forfeited the program?
Forfeited all of the games in the program. So they'll get an additional win for that forfeit. So that will do it for this one as the Monessen Greyhounds come to Chartiers-Houston and spoil senior night 38-7 as the hugs went around for the Buccaneers, knowing that even if they do make the postseason, it's the last time that these seniors are going to get to play on their home field.
Yes, it is. And this is something that really those guys fought hard. They wanted to come out here and really show to their fans, the parents, that, hey, you want to know what? Thank you for believing in me. And senior day is special because you won't get this day back. And this is a moment that for them, they will never forget it. And unfortunately, they weren't able to get the victory. But you want to know what? These guys played hard and came out here and really just played a tough game.
They did play tough, and an impressive victory for the Greyhounds getting it done. And they have a chance to clinch at least a share of it if they can win next week.
You're right, and this is something that really, you know, Monessen on that side, they're playing very well. They had a bump in the road, but they were able to respond back, getting a victory on the road, a very tough victory on the road. And I think for them right now, everybody right now is looking forward to a big game next week as they prepare and hopefully maybe clinch their conference championship. So you just never know. Yeah,
they'll host Carlington in their version of senior night next week. So the Cougars on tap for the Greyhounds next week. On tap for us, it's the West Mifflin Titans and Thomas Jefferson in our close the lid, put the lid on the regular season of the WPIL next week when we see West Mifflin and Thomas Jefferson for the Big 9 Conference Championship.
And that's exactly what it's for. And really, when you look back, what better way to end the Panera Bread Bowl game of the week as we end the regular season with a big conference game at West Mifflin. Both teams, undefeated. We don't have final scores as of yet, but we expect them to be undefeated heading into that game. And what better way for those two rival games to put it on the line heading into West Mifflin next week.
Charlie, it's fun as it is always.
Absolutely, it's always fun.
Well, Bill Pinchani and John Rubino for the first time had to brave a little bit of the elements. It's pretty chilly out there, so give them credit for all the fine work that they do all season long. And, of course, tonight in our Panera Bread Bowl Game of the Week. For all of them and Charlie Batch, I am Matt Fargo saying this has been a presentation of the Champs Sports Network. Tonight, the Greyhounds defeat the Buccaneers 38-7. We'll see you next week from the shadows of Kennywood Park when the Titans host the Jaguars in our season finale. Good night, everybody, from Chartiers-Houston. Charlie Batch joining us for the broadcast of baseball. Thanks for joining us. This should be a good one.